this deck went 4080. So let's see how this goes. Intangible Hawk with the 11-month resubscription. I'm still stuck here. New people, save yourselves. See if we could recover the little bits of rank that we spewed at the end while playing Sapphire Damage Control. Need to win like two. If we win 2 in a row, we should break into Cosmic here. Alright. Queued into Ivan here. Could be Sapphire Wild Dreadlings, could be Redlings. I think this is a keep. We've got a Fateweave here on 1, so we can hit more resources. So this deck, I really wish my deck list tool is working. I need to get a new data export with the new set. Waiting on someone to send me that. So likely Redlings. This deck's only playing 16 resources, so I think I'm gonna guarantee we hit our next resource here. Just like curve out into this this dread end ideally. And get my Twitter post on copy paste when people ask what we're playing. Emperor's Lackey shirt. I'm just gonna play this turn. I don't really know that we're looking for anything in particular. If we draw another resource here, that would probably be fine. Probably just like rune binding any 2 or 3 drop they play this turn. This transforms target card in the chain or in play into a mysterious rune, which basically delays it until they draw another resource. So if they play like a Crusader here, we'll rune bind it, and then probably Decree of Banishing. Motor Trike Driver, yep, let's go ahead and rune bind that one. So it'll slide it off to the side over here. And we're taking at most 4 this turn. Totem Trap's a decent draw. Play Decree of Banishing here. I think I'm gonna put a resource on top of my deck because on the off chance we put a well on top of our deck, we can place Silver Talon Adjudicator next turn, which seems reasonable. Any card you can or troop, revert target troop you control. Well, that's annoying. They drew a resource right away. Not off to a strong start here. Get her take 9 here, go down to 10. It's a bit of a beating. This is a slow shard, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. It's not a slow shard, okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Huh. I wonder if there was merit to playing the slow shard this turn, so I could guarantee Dreaded next turn I could like trap the Motor Trike Driver. This is putting me to 15 here. What's going on, Waffle? I was cruising through the deck list from the vault, and this thing 4-0'd, 8-0'd, so it caught my eye and I wanted to give it a try. Well, the good news is I can use my champ power to let this block next turn. We are taking 9 here, down to 6. Man, if they would have just missed on a resource for 1 turn on this Motor Trike Driver. No, take my 9 here, down to 6. Yep, down to 2. Hereafter, that's not going to do much because we don't get the come into play trigger on the Silver Talon Adjudicator. So, yeah, I don't have any outs here. I could play this, I could bring this back and then revert it, and then Totem Trap like this, but then I still take 2 from the Rust Bucket Distractor. Alright, so Psychic Ascension seems pretty mediocre. Blinding Ire seems great. Am I just like not supposed to be on... What are we doing? I think I just want the Ires. The guy played Red Links twice. 2-0 it both times. I'm gonna trim one of these. Alright. We don't actually have a ton of ways. Like, this deck has like a Reanimator sub-theme with the Hereafters and like these couple of top-end bombs, but like, we don't actually have that many ways to discard it. We only have 3 copies of Theorize and then 2 copies of Change Course, so... I think our plan here is like be like a Dread End kind of control deck, basically. $16 resource deck, 4 of which are wells, probably mulligans a lot. Yeah, I mean, this is a keep, I think. I'm gonna play this and get a resource on top of our deck. The low shard count, like 8 Fateweave resources, is definitely interesting. I don't know if this is the most fantastic shelf for it, but like there's got to be something powerful in this format that like does that. There's a shard of purpose. And we're likely to miss a shard drop next turn. But the following turn, we can Fateweave this. We can brittle out the Woolly Moa and get another resource that way. Fantastic. So we can do this. I think I just want more resources at this point. What's going on, Immortal? Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to stream for this afternoon, but I wanted to play some match with this anyway, so I figured I might as well record them. See if it's good, bad, or otherwise. We're currently down a game in this set against Redlings. Yep, for Woolly Moa. There's like 3 resources stacked on top of our deck right now. Doomfish! With the 11-month subscription. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Take 4 here, down to 18. M4N71C with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Welcome. I think I'm just passing here. Wait and see what we draw next turn. Probably Totem Trap this if they don't play another troop. Yes, Ice is a slow shard that Fate weaves. Single threshold. There is Ice for every shard type. So this deck is playing 16 resources in it. It's really unfortunate because they have extra Dreadlings here, so I can't even Totem Trap anything profitably. They're just taking 6. God, that feels bad. Hereafter this Moa at end of turn here, I think. Probably Grace it up next turn. Maybe I'm supposed to revert it and then Grace it. So it's a 4-5. It's probably not the worst plan. That's an Infinitrix. Yeah, I think I'm going to revert this and then turn it into a 4/5 flyer. Blocked pretty profitably now. Survives the Lasgar's Vengeance. How many things he has? Flight, Frostform, Deploy, Fateweave, Deathcry. Keyword City. Take me down to Keyword City. Do 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 do. Block there, trap this, take 4. It's completely unreasonable until we get Last Guard post-combat. Post-haste. Frostform lets you play this for a cheaper cost, but it only has 1 defense when you do. They don't have Last Guards to be able to stabilize here. Okay, they're just cremating. That's fine. I think we'll put a non-resource on top of my deck here. Oh, then it comes back into play. Yeah, just stack some non-resources up top. I'm going to draw a resource here with this guidance. Huh. I think I'm just going to Grace this again. And then next turn, we can go Infinitrix and then shift some stuff over to here. They have like a second Crusader, we could be in trouble. Yep. Have to block. Dead to Lasgar's Vengeance. Alright, that went about as expected, I suppose. Let's play a couple more. Maybe it'll be a short second stream, or maybe we'll play some candles. Candles will probably be able to propel us into Cosmic. I'll check diapers really quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Ovo Mirror. I assume we're keeping hands like this. We're going to draw our second resource on 2 thanks to the Sapphire Shard. We've got that going for us, you know. Have some salty bits, yep. Thank you. Wash it. Wash down the, wash down the death that occurred. Oh, is this the animated sleeve? I thought it was animated. Is it not animated yet? The special bits are in there. They're just kind of small. The salt shakers are tiny. Put a resource on top of our deck. Alright, we need to draw some more resources here. If we had a Sapphire next turn, we can play as Alchemite. This card's really impressed by it. It's pretty powerful. It's a 3/6 for 5 that whenever it attacks, you draw a card. And you can Frost Form it for 3, so you can play it as a 3/1 for 3/1 attack, draw a card. And you can discard a card to revert it and put it into your hands. It's kind of like a hard-to-answer threat. So opponent's playing a Trishard Reanimator deck with Ovo. Alright, well, we can play this next turn, I suppose. Yeah, it's kind of like a mid-range deck. I definitely describe it as kind of a mid-range deck. So probably just going to put this into play this turn. We have a Decree of Banishing to clean up one of those big dorks that I assume they're going to cheat into play. I think I want to draw another resource next turn. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and Frost Form this guy so it puts him into play as a 3/1. So if they have a Hereafter or a... I'm blanking on the cards. They can return this to play and then... Rune 4 Dramaturgy. Card seems great. It's a draw and discard. Sure. It's a Gargolith. Gargolith's a little bit scarier because we can't just fight our way through it. So put a resource on top. It's not the worst. Yeah, I think at this point we're going to go ahead and Hailstorm and then do this. Put a non-resource on top of my deck. I'm going to put a resource on top of my deck. We don't have that many of those. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Knightsbane Ovo here to revert my Alchemite, which will turn it back into a 3/6. That way it can attack profitably into the board that my opponent has right now. I'm going to go ahead and Runebind this. Turns it into a rune and slides it off to the side over here. You know, I wonder if there's a deck that wants to Runebind things and then destroy constants. That seems like it could be a real thing, right? I'll play this and shift life drain over to my Alchemite, I think. Get a 4/7. Think of runes as like this weird combination of suspend. So basically, you get to... this card turns into a rune, and they get to replay this card for free when they draw a resource. So until my opponent has a resource enter their hand, their Ethereal Caller is going to stay off to the side of this mysterious rune. They have another caller. Okay. Let's see what they get here. They're probably going to get Gargolith. Yeah, makes my removal bad. So all their stuff has Spell Shield now. Oh, you know, I should have attacked with this last turn, huh? Yeah, probably. Alright, so now we just have to race them here. So let's go shift over to here. And then I'm going to go ahead and champ power my Infinitrix, so it turns back into a 3/4 with flight. I'm going to go ahead and attack with all my stuff. So they're going to be dead like next turn almost, right? I guess they could jump here. Transmogrifade. That's rude. Oh, I guess I could have returned it to my hand, right? Yeah, that was dumb. I should have returned it to my hand. Put a non-resource on top of my deck, make a squawk. Pass the turn. Basically just have to hope they don't draw a resource for the next few turns. Unfortunate. Yeah, we're dead. Alright. They get to recast their things so they drew a resource there. Check-in Sick17 with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Gravebane Vial seems good. Gets to void their crypt. Totem Trap doesn't seem great. I guess Verdict counters Hereafter. Seems fine. They probably have good ways to deal with my Aegis, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to do this. Oh, I guess this kills... Huh. This kills the runes from the Runebind, and it kills Gargolith. I think those are actually better. Anything else? No, I think this is fine. Oh, I have Dread End as out. Oh, I'm dumb. I shouldn't have conceded. I forgot we have Dread Ends in our deck. And this deck's sweet. I'm dumb, and this deck is sweet. We were definitely not cold there like I thought I was. Got a Decree of Banishing, put a Verdict back in. Sounds great. Need my deck list tool to work so we can remember what's in our deck. We're playing something new. We're just gonna Woolly Moa here, use some Frost Form. Put a non-resource on top of our deck. What's the matter, dude? You wanna come sit by your dad? going on, oldest son? You got a Gargolith, okay. Grace of Tiaanost, sounds great. Just lift this dork up. Start cracking in for 4. Just gives it 2/2 and flying, and says when it dies, we revert it and it comes back into play. Oh! Oh god, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Wow. Okay, so this deck, this has been a really bad showing of what this deck could do. Hereafter is a troop from any crypt. I could have Hereaftered his Gargolith and then taken it for myself. I'm an idiot. FYI. Just, you know, when people watch this later, there's gonna be a lot of YouTube comments about that, I'm sure. It's like, why'd you miss that? Well, I forgot. I think I'm just gonna race in the air here for a quick minute. We'll chump next turn, baby. Transmog my guy, yep. Maybe Grace of Tiaanost should come out against the Transmog deck? Yeah, probably. Yeah, could you imagine how far ahead we'd be if I had a Woolly Moa with Spell Shield and a 7/8? Completely forgot that this was symmetrical. Do you want a different show? Is that what you're complaining about? Alrighty. Another diamond dice. I guess we'll play this and see what we draw, but we're pretty dead here at this point. Yeah. Let's try another one. Let's try another one. I am 10 out of 10 intrigued because we messed that up. Oh, a mill deck. It's probably good for us. Yep, hand's keepable. 10 months later and Pete Head is still here. I just got home to work. It's 10 past 4 in the morning. I should sleep, but Hoogie stream. What's going on, Pete Head? Welcome back. Thanks for the continued support, bud. Put a resource on top of our deck here, I think. I think we just spend like our first few Fateweaves just like stacking our deck for resources, and then once we hit like 5, we stop. Although, it's awkward. Fateweave is actually really awkward against these mill decks. I'm glad we have these guidances to like power through to some shards, but we'll have a hard time setting things up here. For sure. Ding. Frost form this Moa. Violet's Caress, rude. And this is, we just played against the 3-shard Ovo deck. This is a more fair Ovo mid-range style deck. Draw a couple of Theorize here. See what we find. Found a resource and a Dread End. I'm imagining we probably don't need Dread End against whatever my opponent's doing. But I'm going to put a non-resource on top of my deck, 'cause I think we're good on resources at this point for now. If they activate their champion power here, I'm just going to mill 5. Oh, look. They buried one of our reanimate targets. That's a Hereafter. Alright. They probably just have removal, right? I'm going to play Infinitrix out first here. Opponent's playing some kind of Prophecy Escalate deck, it looks like. They have Violet's Caress in their deck. There's a Hero Fall, yep. Play this out. It's gonna play Woolly Moa. Put a non-resource on top of my deck. I don't know. It's not quite card advantage, but it's like... This deck feels like it could want some more Hailstorm. This deck does a lot of Fate Weaving. Going on tracks. Yeah, I decided to come get slammed. Get my head slammed in with something else. If we lose this batch, we're probably going to play some candles. Alright, it's another Hereafter, I guess. Let's do this. Yeah, I guess Grace does technically revert. Don't. I have an invincible Woolly Moa now. So this makes all my other troops and myself invincible. Happily Ovo after. Did they just Hearts Whisper and then miss a resource? Why wouldn't you Fate Weave a resource? I don't understand. Alright, well I will 10 out of 10 take this Grace of Tiaanost. And then we're going to do what someone in chat just mentioned, which is Grace of Tiaanost this Aegilus here. Make my 10/10 flyer that comes back afterwards. Smash. Oh, this thing has steadfast too, right? Of course it does. We'll jump block my 2/2. I mean, how do we play around Transmog? Gracing this instead? I mean, technically we could Runebind the Transmog too. I'm gonna Runebind this because they're dead on board. If they find a resource here, they get to remassacre. Alright, so you're dead? Yeah, you're dead. Alright, so Grace seems really bad against the deck to potentially have Transmog in it. Verdict seems fine. They have Prophecy card, seems okay. Give this a go. It's fine. And board Angel against Transmog? Maybe. This is fair. They could possibly have Dingle in their deck, too. Man, we need to change my default sleeve. These orc sleeves just don't jive with a lot of these decks that we're playing. Thought about Rune Forward Drummager? No idea. I mean, this isn't really a dedicated Reanimator deck. I'm also just, like, playing card for card a deck list. I guess the sideboard's, like, 2 cards different. They had some weird... They had, like, Purifies in their reserves, and I didn't understand what we needed Purify for. So, I cut Purify, but everything else in the main deck is card for card, a deck list that someone went 4-0 with in one of the Arcanum Vaults yesterday. I don't think I really have time to stream Elder Scrolls Legends. Like, I wanna do a bunch of Hex's recent standard format stuff, and then like, Magic's got a new set release coming soon. So between Magic and Hex, my time's mostly spent. I've been playing Elder Scrolls Legends a little bit on my phone, but that's mostly just the PvE portion of it. These Dread Ends maybe aren't good. Ooh, that's a good hit. Let's Theorize first here, see what we get. Sweet. Alright, I think it would have been this Dread End that I should have boarded out. Play this, and the next turn we can go Hailstorm into Ice. I actually tried that, Pete, and I couldn't win games with it. It felt really miserable. Like, just not having removal really sucks. Like, not having real removal. Like, the things you leave behind are just, like, are relevant, and you get beaten down by them if you don't have something like Darkheart to clean them up. Like, the reason why Sapphire Diamond is able to lean on Darkheart is because it has Darkheart, or Sapphire Diamond's able to play Transmogs because it has, stuff to clean it up afterwards. So, make a squawk here. Syzygy, yep. 10 out of 10 on the Escalate combo train. Here, Woolly Moa makes a friendly bird. Yep. Kinda, like, the amount of wild you have to play to make triple wild accessible is kind of a lot. Huh. Maybe I was supposed to have Fateweaved a resource to the top last turn. Kraken for 4 here. Verdict will be good here because my opponent prophesied both of those onto the same thing, and if we verdict what they prophesied onto, they're not going to be able to draw the extra cards. Yeah, I think that's fine. Them drawing a couple extra cards is fine because the Silver Talon Adjudicator is going to happen here at some point. Yeah, see this, I'm going to verdict because this Arcane Focus draws 3 cards. Crack with these. I wonder why they're playing the champion they're playing. It seems much worse than just playing Dreaming Fox. I mean, we have Massacre, right? Like, last time we played Blood Moon, we basically were playing it for, we were interested in playing, Extinction. So, like, Massacre is similar to Extinction's power level. Yeah, we have another Syzygy. Am I quick with the 313 subscription? Thank you for the continued support, a quarter every year. Welcome back. It's am I quick, right? Like, they're not even activating their champion power here. Yeah, I'll bury 5. Hey, Woolly Moa. And then Woolly Moa. He Fateweaves when he comes into play, which makes a friendly bird. Kraken for 6, they go to 10, and then we have 10 on board. So, you know. Let's go! We got a Runebind to tie him up. Twitch just wants to give you your recognition for throwing dollars at me. If we win this game, and it's looking like hopefully we are, we're going to, It's Serial with the 4-month subscription. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Massacre! Alright, well, we Runebinded the wrong thing. Oh, he makes a bird on the way out. How useful is that? Oh, he makes 2 birds. God, that's kind of sweet, actually. God, why are these totem traps in my deck? Maybe I'm supposed to have gotten a resource there. Cheap with the 500-point cheer. Thank you very much. Cheer for the Woolly Moas as they die. Yeah, this deck feels like it wants more Hailstorm. I probably should have put a... Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to play this actually there. Yeah, they're going to draw cards with this eventually, and then... So, like, the key to making a deck like with Hailstorm in it reasonable it would be something like this, where, like, your deck is just reasonable when you don't have the card Hailstorm, and this deck feels like it has enough other win conditions that it could win without Hailstorm in play. Verdict's a good draw. I think because I drew Verdict, I'm going to go ahead and play this Adjudicator out here. Like, when your deck is named after a card, the goal should be, like, when you draw the named card, your deck kind of goes into overdrive, and when you don't draw the named card, you still just, like, have a reasonable deck is the goal. Runebinding the Escalate card's actually pretty good, huh? It reverts it back afterwards. Alright, double Verdict here. Jeepers Creepers. I'm gonna put them to 2, and then we're gonna get to re-sideboard and, like, cut these Totem Traps, these Dread Ends, or just anything else out of our reserves. Alright, what am I doing with these reserves here? Wait, was that the match? Maybe we won a game in there already? Oh, right, we won the game where we put the thing on our 10-10. Select sleeve. Let's make just the default text sleeve be the default. Do I want a special sleeve on this deck? I feel like I don't. Let's just use that one. Battleboard, however. The Woolly Moa, the Frost Ring Battleboard. Let's do it. Let's play another one of these. I mean, like, this is what we signed up for, right? We're on the draw. We've got a diamond ice here. Gotta weave our own fate. We live in the ice and the snow with the Alchemite. Maybe I don't really want to change too many cards just yet. Ooh, Sapphire Ice, ice, baby, doo 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 doo. Ice, baby, doo 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 doo. Maybe we'll try and add some more Hailstorm. Honestly, something in this type of core might be good, even just, like, without the Ovo Reanimator package. Just, like, some kind of Runebind, like, tempo-style deck. That's kind of annoying, but we've got a Totem Trap to deal with it. Actually, we've got a Decree of Banishing to just clean it up really nicely. Play the Sapphire Ice out here. I think we're getting non-resource at this point. Let me go help Jacob really quick, see if I can help him. probably put this out. Probably put a resource on top for next turn now. I think I'm actually going to Ovo this so they can't strangle it. This also means they can't rock cast it. Marginally worse against Hero Fall, but I think we'd rather play around the other ones. That's kind of annoying. That's going to affect how we Fateweave. It's a real shame. Alright, let's put a non-resource on top of my deck, and then we'll draw it with the Alchemite here. I guess if I would have played this pre-combat, I would have drawn 2 cards with it, so maybe that was worthwhile. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just Frost Form this and put a resource on top of my deck so they draw a resource with their journey. I guess I could control what they draw here, basically, for a lot of this. That's real annoying. I think it's going to Runebind that. Alright, we have Totem Trap to check that at least. Yeah. I think his stomach's upset. Not really much I can do for him, unfortunately. So if I Fateweave this and put a resource on top of my deck, and then if it's a non-slow resource, I can play the Silver Talon Adjudicator and draw a couple cards here, which would be nice. That's an ice. So I want to scry a non-resource to the top of my deck, so they draw that with the journey and don't get to trigger this mysterious rune. And can Totem Trap this Vampire Prince. That's a Bride of the Damned. Probably gonna die to that. I can activate Uzu and kill one of my Brittle Moa. Which I guess lets me Fateweave, but like it's gonna let them Fateweave too. They know about this Totem Trap, so they're probably not attacking with this. And a cheap shot. Good stuff. Alright. Some non-resources on top of my deck here. Okay. You know about this Totem Trap. Kill it, I guess. That is a fantastic draw. Oh, you know what? I should have waited for this Bride to come off too, huh? The jury is out. I'm uncertain if this is good. I think I'm just spinning this change course. Jordan's pretty good. This lets us draw a couple cards now. Decree's a clean answer to this Bride of the Damned. Huh. I think I'm going to put this out and give them a resource on top of my deck here, so that way they cast this Bride and then I can Decree of Banishing it. So if they can kill this too, we might be in a little bit of trouble. So they get the Brittle Moa, put a non-resource on top of my deck. Maybe I'm actually supposed to take a resource there, because if I hit a well, I can go dupe, dupe, dupe. This is kind of the risk. They get the Adjudicator here. That being said, like, they probably don't have enough card advantage to beat through all of these, which is nice. That's pretty good. This Dread End card, not bad. Yeah, I saw this deck and I wanted to give it a try. That's funny. Let's get that banished right on out of here. That's unfortunate. If we could dodge a way to kill this. I think they've already played 2 hero falls or just 1? Not only 1. So they need a hero fall to kill this. It doesn't die to Rotcast or anything like that. Yeah, Gemboard doesn't do anything. It's just playing that is fine. Main deck Gemboard's kind of interesting. They might deck us between us drawing extra cards and them drawing cards from our deck. Yeah, that all seems okay. I'm probably going to draw a resource fairly quickly. I guess there might not be that many resources left in our deck, honestly. I know. Does it feel better when I put my hand on your tummy? I wish I could make your tummy feel better. Just draw the resource right away. I think we actually don't even want to cast this Theorize. Ain't your Hall Hereafter, sure. We dodged them drawing our Psychic Ascension, that's a win at least. Play this out so we can ascend next turn. Probably gonna have to pump the brakes on these Alchemites. Maybe I'm supposed to Hereafter first there? Do I have some kind of fatty? And yeah, I could have gotten my other thing back. Yeah, I should have Hereaftered first, because Hereafter would have made the Psychic Ascension one cheaper. I didn't reassess what I was doing that turn based on the card that I drew, which is kind of on autopilot, like I knew I was playing my Psychic Ascension this turn and then activating my champion power. Really easy to lose games like that, making mistakes in that kind of nature. It's like, okay, this is what I'm doing, and it doesn't matter what I draw, when in reality it does matter what I draw. I have a cripple for this Exarch of the Egg at least. Hopefully we can go wide enough here with these cripples and the Hereafter and the Woolly Moas. Let's put a resource on top of our deck for our opponent to draw next turn. I think I'm just passing here. I'm just gonna pass. Let's go on speed. Yep. This deck was 4-0'd one of the Arcanum Vault tournaments, so I wanted to give it a try. If they attack with these Phantoms, we might be able to just kill them this turn. Dude, it's okay, buddy. So, end step. We'll sweep this away. That's really good. Stun that. Cripple his Exarch. Let's go as wide as possible here. Oh, look! Something that destroys a constant. That's pretty good. Seriously? Is that real life? So they block these two, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're dead on board, technically. Runebind's actually a pretty good draw. Means you need a bunch of removal here. They do that, block this, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I need to Runebind this. They just Violet's caressed me, and I'm invincible because of the Aegilus, so they're dead. Sweet. Opponent punted. Alright, so Dread End seems great. Grace of Tiaanost seems okay. Burning Ire seems great. Need to kill Bride of the Damned. This card's like okay at the end there, but I'm actually sure it's good in general. Infinitrix seems like it's a little bit slow. Change Course seems medium. Diamond's Favor seems good against their constant. Totem Trap's okay for killing vampires. Gonna go ahead and submit like this, I think. less is more reserving technique. Is it any card? Huh. Wow, that's great. That card's really good, huh? Yep, I mean, it's great. Dreadend really overperformed, it seems like. Ah, yes, my 15 drop. It's actually kind of scary having that in our opening hand, because they probably have Withering Gaze post board. And Decree of Banishing that one, most likely, depending on what we draw here. We're drawing a resource, so we're Decree of Banishing that. We knew the resource was coming. It's like we could see the future. This is another card that's good at screwing with Fateweave. Princess is scary. And by scary, I mean terrifying, right? Like, it just takes actually every card out of my hand right now. Let's find a non-resource and hopefully we deal with this. Oh, that's another one of those. I think I'm just going to cast Theorize here. Okay, well, been Hereafter? Maybe? Well, I have a 2/3 chance to take a card out of our hand here when this Vampire Princess hits us. How lucky are we? Pretty lucky! Uh-oh. Resource. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So, I'm actually going to play this guidance here for a resource because it gives us a 50% chance to dodge Vampire Princess here. So, hopefully we need to keep this Dreadend. They've got a 1 in 6 twice to take this Dreadend out of our hand. That's what we're trying to avoid here. Lucky, lucky. All right. PA down, but we didn't lose the Dreadend, so not the end of the world. I know, buddy. Your tummy hurts. Okay. Yep. Alright, so Trap's pretty good. It deals with Bride of the Damned. And this Hereafter kind of deals with the Vampire Prince, right? So, like, we kind of have a chance here. We hit a couple of Fateweaves and this Hailstorm's gonna, like, go off. Yeah.
Here, get up here, Declan. Can you get up here? Get up there. Up. Stand up. Do you want me to pick you up?
Alright, that combat could have gone worse for us. We get to play this Alchemite out next turn. No. Well, okay, so opponent messed up. They should have done that before I got to blockers, so now they don't hit us with the Vampire Prince. They keep their Prince, though, which is good for them. Another Bright. That's bad for us. Dread End? Well, I'm going to play this out. This is one of our ways to get back in the game for sure. If they try and kill it, we'll just discard a card and bring it back to our hand. No blocks. Alright, get 2 shots of the Dread End here. It's an okay draw. I suppose if they have a piece of removal here, they could kill it again in response. Play this out again. Hold the Diamond Dice to discard, have a Totem Trap to play out. Alright, since he's just attacking with that, I'm gonna go ahead and Totem Trap it. Why didn't I Totem Trap the Bride? Oh! Huh. Because I missed it. That's the reason, because we missed it. Huh. Gonna start by attacking, I think. Probably run the old loot, bounce it again. Lead on this, see what we get. Maybe I'm just supposed to have played that back out. It's decent. It gives us something to do with Hailstorm, which lets us block the Prince. I guess if I would have kept the Fate... that's gross. Yep. So long, Muskwalk. Alright, need a second Dread End here. That was not the Dread End I needed, God bless. It's not the Dread End I need either. Yeah, they got a champ power here still. Let's go ahead and try for game 3 here. Frost formed it, Ovoed it. That's fair. Give it to you straight. Not particularly great, I don't think. I'm not sure. So like the core of the deck, the core idea of the deck actually seems really great. Like the fact that you're playing like a super low resource count deck on the back of the Fateweave mechanic seems really powerful. Like in the mid to late game, we're drawing a lot of action when we need it, and with all the Fateweave, we hit all of our early resource drops pretty consistently. I don't know that playing Ovo is necessarily something that's worth the added. Playing Ovo and the couple of like Hereafters and stuff seems kind of cute. 16 feels unreasonably low. We have not been struggling to make our resource drops. In any of these games, we have not been struggling to make our resource drops. So Ovo reverts a card for 3 resources, and basically what Ovo does is he... I guess, okay, actually, this is what Ovo does. So, we're going to draw 2 cards here, and I'm going to discard this High Infinitrix, and then this is the cute thing. So then, we got a turn 3 Infinitrix here, basically, because now I can Ovo and revert this. Have people been watching the same games I've been playing? Like people, like, everyone in chat that's commenting that 16 resources seems greedy, I feel like you haven't been watching the same games I've been playing, because, like, the resource count is not what's awkward about this deck. The resource count actually seems fantastic, and I like it a lot. If there is anything that's awkward about this deck, it is the fact that what's it called? That's the word I'm looking for. Searching for the words. It's the fact that like my champion power really doesn't do anything. Didn't even know you only have 60 resources you've been hitting the game. Yep. Kinda. We have some early plays. Like, we've got, like, Totem Traps and Runebinds. I think, honestly, I feel like the fact that, like, our champion power feels like it doesn't have a text box in most of these games is the biggest thing that's hampering us. And, like, I've got, like, some of these awkward cards like Theorize and Change Course that just, like, don't feel fantastic. Losing our Dread End here kind of sucks. I don't believe the bot has... It's draw 2, discard 1. I don't believe the bot has the new set yet. Blinding Ire, sign me up. Yeah, it's like subtly powerful, right? Is what I would use to describe it. Bride's annoying. I'm gonna kill my Woolly Moa. I think you want to just play Dreaming Fox. Like, I feel like, again, Hailstorm's the type of card that's, like, fine. I want at least a 3rd Hailstorm in here, I think. Dread End. The perfects, if you would. I want a 4th Dread End in the 75. So many of these games are just like, I would like to draw Dread End here, please. Maybe I'm supposed to wait a turn to pull the trigger on the Dread End. This actually worked out okay for us. Frost form this out here. And then if they try to kill this, I'll bounce it to my hand. Ice, ice, baby. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Maybe I'm supposed to have champ powered that because of things like Caress. So this was a good example of how Hex works for those who are unfamiliar. So Hex tracks cards through zones. So my opponent tried to kill my Alchemite, and then I discarded a card to return it to my hand, and then they killed it again in response to the trigger. And in a game like Magic, that's paper and like a typewriter and like from 2 decades ago, we don't track cards through zones. But in Hex, Hex knows that this Alchemite has a trigger on the stack and it's still in my bin. And it's going to return to my hand afterwards even though it changed zones because Hex tracks cards through zones. In other words, get got. It was probably not the outcome my opponent was expecting from that. But that is, in fact, how Hex works. That's annoying. Actually not in a great spot this game right now. That certainly helps, though. Let's just attack with this and draw cards reasonably. This card's very difficult to kill. TLDR. Very difficult to kill. God, that was such a good draw. Ugh. So not only do they hit the resource off our deck, which only has, you know, 1, 2, 3... There were only 8 resources and 36 cards in our deck, so they get that, but also, ooh, that's actually a fantastic hit for us. So I'm going to play Hailstorm, and I'm going to put this Woolly Moa in with Fateweave. I'm going to go ahead and attack with Alchemite here. No, am I? Yeah, I need to attack with Alchemite here. Oh, maybe this was loose. Yeah, I'm just gonna die to these now. Yeah, I shouldn't have. This was bad. I should have held up Totem Trap. Yeah, I should have held up Totem Trap. Messed this up. Yeah, I just did. Foobarred that game a couple different ways. But again, like, if our champion had more health or, like, had a text box. Alright, deck's kind of neat. This deck went 4-0, 8-0 in the Arcanum Vault the other night, and it's got some neat things going on, but again, it feels like Knightsbane Ovo is just, like, too cute. Like, why do I have these random 9-drops in my deck? Why do I have these Hereafters? Why do I have a champion that just doesn't really do a whole lot? So... The Hailstorm 8 pieces of ice seems really interesting, though. Seems really interesting.